I was giving a talk recently to a group of franchisees about building financial security, and someone asked a question that actually comes up quite often when speaking with entrepreneurs. She asked, I invested in my business a few years ago and I took on a lot of debt. And I plan to also grow and expand the number of units that I own. So how can I do both, expand my business and also build wealth? Shouldn't I wait and keep expanding my business before I can invest? Because if I grow my business, then I'll have more money to invest. And I said to her, let's think about a good analogy. So imagine that you buy this plot of land and it is completely empty, but it's a very fertile soil. And you said, you know what? I'm going to plant a tree. I'm going to plant an apple tree because I love apples and I want to have my own apples. You do a lot of work to grow that apple tree. You plant a seed, you water the land, you fertilize it, you take care of it. And finally, this tree bears fruit. You have big, ripe, beautiful, sweet, delicious apples. And there is so much you can do with those apples. You can bake a pie, you can have them for a snack, you can give them away to your neighbors, and you can enjoy this bounty. But you say to yourself, I enjoyed so much planting this tree and growing these beautiful apples. What I want to do is have a whole garden of apple trees. And once I have that garden, then I will be able to harvest all of these apples and I will have so much more for me. I will have so many more apples. I will bake that many more pies and I will be able to share these apples with the entire town. And you wait, you don't harvest those apples and you keep working on building this apple orchard. But what happens is these apples, when they're on the tree, all of a sudden there is a big storm and it just destroys half those apples. Then there is a worm that invades those apples and some of them go bad. And there is so many things that may happen to this apple tree that in the end, you may or may not have this garden, but you lost the opportunity to harvest those apples that you already had. So I think this is similar to the way entrepreneurs think. I will take this investment and I will grow it and I will put all of my hard work and sweat into growing my business, because the bigger it grows, the bigger opportunity I will have later on to do whatever it is that I want. And you miss out on a lot of life and a lot of opportunity along the way to do what really works, which is consistently building your business and putting away some of your growth, some of those apples aside, and enjoying them as you go. And that exposes you again is to all the storms and all the unpredictability that can happen to your business. And you also lose financial opportunities along the way to diversify your wealth, to diversify your holdings, and build that financial security that if something happens to your business, you're not just relying on that one thing that you have. You're not just so wrapped up in your business that you ignore the rest of your financial wealth. I started my business later in life, so I had about 20 years of a career where I was able to invest over time and build some financial security before I went into a business. And even I, consistent as I have been over time, when I first started my business, it was really hard to save money. And it really affected my sense of security in the way that I kept making progress in my own financial wealth. So what I do recommend is that whenever you have those apples, just harvest them, put them aside, make sure that they build your security as you go along and invest more in your business.